are the people who refuse to be stopped. We wouldn't be here today if we believed otherwise. And nowhere is that exemplified more clearly than in the MOVE organization. The spokesperson for that organization has been a fiery one. She ain't but this big. My daughter's taller than her now, but when she stands on that voice, I bet you she's 6'5". The one, the only Miss PAM Africa. On the move. On the move. On the move. Long live revolution. I want to thank this minister. Is this working? Okay. I want to thank the minister and the church. And one thing, standing in this church makes me think of a strong black political prisoner, one of the most well-known. I'm not talking about Mumia Jamal this time. I'm talking about Jesus Christ, who was one of the most well-known political prisoners that there is. I'm talking about John the Baptist, another political prisoner. I'm talking about Soffiyah Elijah, a political prisoner. Jamil Alamin, a political prisoner. Merle Africa, Janet Africa, Sue Africa, Ramona Africa, Pamela Africa. What we're saying to people is we must remember our history and place it properly and give titles to people that are very fitting. We cannot forget political prisoners. And a lot of times we forget them because we don't place them in the right time, in the right place. And people who came before us, if people understood fully that that brother, Jesus Christ, was a political prisoner who spent his last days on death row and was murdered by the government of that time. Why was this man murdered? He wasn't murdered by an angry mob. He was murdered by the government who framed people who what? Stand up and fight this government. That's what happened to Soffiyah Elijah and all the other political prisoners. These brothers and sisters are in jail because they have a love for us and the understanding that from the cradle to the grave, you must fight. You must never give in. These brothers and sisters on the inside of the prison continues that battle. Just like Jesus Christ, he didn't bow down, he didn't suck up, he didn't pretend to be a phony. This brother drug a cross up Mount Sinai, up that mountain. He was Calvary, okay? Calvary. This brother was beaten as he went up there. The movie that the last that one was done, that they showed how they viciously beat this brother, because never before, what was the actor who did that movie? Mel Gibson. I'm saying, you know, people for years saw that, you know, heard of it, but they never saw the beating. And when people actually saw the reality of that beating, people were horrified because it was always shown, you know, little sticks and little stones. They tortured that brother. You know what it reminds me of? Shaka Sankofa. Only thing Shaka Sankofa, and I want to talk about death row, because that Mumia is no longer on death row, don't mean our fight has stopped. Can you hear me? We must continue to fight for them brothers and sisters that are on death row. Shaka Sankofa, Tookie Williams, Zion Israel, Troy Davis, all murdered with evidence of innocence by a government. And you know what? While we're here, let's talk about this presidential race. Why do we allow these people to run for office and we don't demand nothing? Nothing. How come the cry isn't free political prisoners? They will leave here and go all the way across seas some darn where to free a political prisoner. But those who fight for us right here, our freedom fighters, they don't even act like they exist. We must demand. How many people signed the petition? How many people signed the petition? I think we better get busy, brothers and sisters. Pass them petitions around. Make sure everybody in here sign those petitions. Make sure everybody know, get on your phones and on your Twitter, tweet, whatever it is that people do in this electronic world, and let them know that we must do a march on Como. Is that the dude's name? Right. You know what I'm saying? These people got to feel us. They got to see us. Phone calling is good, but they must see us. The power that we possess is in this room. The fear is what you don't see in this room. Is ABC here? CBS here? WHYY? NPR here? I bet you they're not. But why? Because they know the power in this room, and their bosses don't want other people to see what's here. But we already knew that. We knew that. It is our job to go out and educate other people. Let me tell you briefly how this program was pulled together. Okay, I can't see that. 1 minute. Mark Lamont Hill wanted a book party after we did December 9th. And he wanted Angela Davis, he wanted Cornel, he wanted Michelle Alexander, and when he said it to Suzanne, I said, he out of his mind. How are we going to get all these people here for a book party? And but Suzanne took and flipped the whole scene. We had a book party. We got all these people here because these people love our people, and they wanted to make sure people understand what's going on. And the book party turned out to be the fight to expose what was happening in Attica. And it also meant that we had to do something in another way to bring everybody together, to energize. Do you feel energized tonight? This is what the purpose of this meeting was, to bring people together and to make you understand, those who already understand and those who are new coming in. We got some work to do, because those mass incarcerations is not for criminals, because if it was, the now president, the president after and before, they would all be in jail for war crimes. The prisons are built for people who are in an uprising about the illegal raping, murder, killing, illegal jailing, the poisoning of the water, the poisoning of the air. I'm saying we have got to get ourselves together and fight now. That's what this meeting was about. And when you leave here, you will be truly educated on what you can do, what you must do. And downstairs in the larger room, we had all the different organizations that deal with social injustice platforms there, so you can join them, so you can get information. And this wasn't a social gathering of la-la and a big clap, for different people. We are serious. These people are preparing to kill each and every last one of us. And we must rise up and rise up now. Rise up and fight. Fight in every way that you can. As Malcolm said, by any means necessary. Any means necessary. Rise up. What you are equipped to do, get ready to do it, because they're doing it. On the move. Long live revolution. Stand up. Get up. If you want to fight, get up. If you want to fight with a pen, if you want to fight through prayer, But stand up, get on your feet, stand up, fight, 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 and never give up. PAM Africa, PAM Africa, a voice of free speech.